Hi, this is Dan from Gear Diary, and today we're going to look at iLove's Epicarp case for the new iPad. They call it the Epicarp Slim Folio Cover for the new iPad. It has an MSRP of a whopping $59.99. I like the case a lot, but $59.99 is kind of rich for what it offers. We'll see why in a second. The Epicarp is described in this way. It's a slim yet durable cover providing sufficient protection with a color and viewing diversity. Thin and durable to protect, the Epicarp means outer protective skin, and that's really what this cover is. It's thin and durable to provide significant protection. It has a convenient stand. It has the magnetic on-off functionality that every case for the iPad 2 and the new iPad should have. I didn't think it had it at first, but it does. And it is thin and light. So let's take a quick look at this case. Again, I like the case a lot, but at $59.99, this is a lot of money for not a lot of case. It's a plastic case. Let's look. So it's thin. It is a plastic case, and it has the iLove name embossed. I don't think you can see it here, embossed over here. I don't mind that because it's not so noticeable. And when you open it up, it's simply a back shell, and where back shells will often have a cutout here for the smart cover, it actually has a smart cover built into it, and that's really what you're talking about here. It's a back shell and a smart cover, but put together. It has all of the right cutouts. It has the angles here so that you can do the stand functionality. And if you look at the back, you'll see that it has this bump up piece here. Now on the one hand, it actually works really well, but on the other hand, it actually is not so comfortable to hold. Let's pop the iPad into it and take a closer look at what it's like. The iPad goes in quite easily. You simply put it in a corner, put it in another corner, press down on the corners, and then make sure that everything is seated nicely and securely, because there is not much holding the iPad. It does hold it securely, but make sure that you seated it properly. I should note that I have a back protective film on this iPad, and it goes in without a problem. Once it's in, as you can see, you have complete access to the 30-pin dock connector. The speaker is exposed. On the top, you have the ability to access the 3.5mm headphone jack. The mic is exposed. The Sleep Awake is exposed. If you look at the back, if we rotate it around, the camera is open, Sleep Awake, and volume and mute or rotation lock. And it makes for a nice thin package. I actually like carrying this case a lot because I don't like a bulky iPad case. Again, my biggest issue with it is simply the price. So one of the neat things about this is that when you fold it around, the cover folds and stays perfectly in place. It does flop around, nothing to hold it in place. We're actually going to look at another case that actually solves this issue. But what happens is, when you fold it over, you get this angle with a nice typing angle, or you can turn it around to view, just lock it in place. If you see there, lock it in place, and then it gives you a fairly stable. I've never loved this approach to having a stand because I do worry that it's top heavy, but it does work. More importantly, it works really well if you want to type that way, so you can get a nice typing surface. Again, this is the iLove Epicarp. It is like a skin, it's like a back shell and a smart cover all in one. It's protective from scratches, maybe a few bumps, not from drops. And of course it has the Sleep Awake functionality, and you can actually feel the magnet grabbing onto the edge when you do this. Biggest issue with this case is the price, $59.99. But if you shop around, you can find it for a lot less. In fact, we'll have a link at Amazon affiliate store and you can get it for less. If you want something that's thin, that's light, that still does protect but doesn't do too much by way of adding bulk or weight, the iLove Epicarp might be a really good choice. This is Dan for Gear Diary. Thanks so much for watching.